Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Rolene Marks. This is the Israel Brief brought to you by Lay of the Land. Please bear with me as I'm speaking. We are having a massive bombardment of rockets towards southern Israel. You could see my lights just flash. There are booms all around me. You might hear the sirens in the background of surrounding cities. If my siren goes off here, I'm in my shelter, I'm okay, I will carry on as best as I can. My nerves are shot. I'm sure you can understand, all of ours are, but it's important that you know what's happening in Israel, and it's important that you hear it from us. So I'm going to fill you in on some of the latest developments. I'm just getting my thoughts together, a little bit shaken here. Understand, I do this without writing a script, so this is all as it is happening. So our latest statistics, the death toll as of a couple of hours ago, confirmed by the IDF and Israel's Ministry of Health, 2,806 injured, over 900 confirmed murdered, 130 are confirmed to have been taken prisoner. Here we go again, with the lights flickering. Okay, I'm not sure if something's been hit, but you're just going to have to bear with my voice for the time being. 130 believed to have been taken captive. We know the IDF has notified at least 50 families that their loved ones are missing, and we have 123 fallen soldiers. Maybe there's more impact hearing my words, but we are starting to hear the personal accounts of reservists and soldiers who have gone through the southern towns and communities, describe what they've found. And I'm warning you, this is very, very upsetting to hear. Our reservists describe harrowing scenes of people slaughtered in their beds. They talk about the unimaginable. They even talk about babies who have had their heads cut off. They've been saying that this reminds them of the stories that they hear from their grandparents from Europe, having either escaped the Holocaust or endured pogroms. Some of the footage has shown how people were taken from their homes and summarily executed in the street. There is other footage that has been discovered from cameras by the gates of the kibbutzim, or dash cams, showing how those who attended the party were shot at point blank range, and how terrorists managed to get into kibbutz Be'eri by shooting somebody who was driving in as the gates were open, and that's how they got in. It's absolutely harrowing, but please listen to me, because it is so important that our voices get out there. Another eyewitness talks about how he sat for hours in his strong room with his family, his children, utter heroes, didn't utter a peep until they were finally rescued some 12 hours later. This is an unbelievable horror movie, but it is very, very real for Israeli civilians. How are we feeling right now? Some of us are numb. Some of us are walking zombies. Some of us are just unable to process what we are hearing. And we cannot thank you guys enough for your prayers, for the love, for the messages that you are sending us. I'm a big believer in prayer, even at this time, and your prayers, your support, your messages are holding us up. I also want to talk a minute about the reaction from the international community. We've had a joint statement from the United Kingdom, the United States, Italy, France, and Germany, absolutely unequivocally standing with Israel and condemning Hamas. The statement has been condemned by Hamas, who have accused the Allied states of being biased against them. I also want to address the issue of Israel refusing to send in electricity, food and water into Gaza. Israel withdrew from Gaza unilaterally in 2005, and as per the Oslo Accords a decade earlier, we agreed to supply the Gaza Strip with electricity, water and food and all their needs. However, Gaza does have a border with Egypt, and they can get everything they need from the Egyptians. The IDF have also recommended that civilians in Gaza get to places where they are not in the direct conflict zone, or maybe even go into Egypt. The Rafah crossing between Israel and Egypt is still open. Israel's Prime Minister last night declared that the government, he will be forming an emergency government. He will sit in a government with his opposition parties. However, National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir has said that he disagrees with this and blames former IDF chiefs of staff Eisenkot and Gantz for the situation that has unfolded. Please bear with me, I am a little shaken from what we have just endured. I want to thank everybody who's going out there in cities around the world, attending rallies, showing your support. It has been incredible to see the White House, the Eiffel Tower, buildings across Australia, across South America, 10 Downing Street, the Empire State Building, the City Hall in San Francisco, all there supporting Israel. Thank you to all of you who are standing with Israel. It has been very, very frightening to see some of the pro-Palestinian rallies in Melbourne. In Sydney, rather, they were screaming, "Gas the Jews, fuck the Jews." I spoke about that yesterday. Last night in London, flares and fireworks were thrown by pro-Palestinians towards the Israeli embassy in London. For so many years, we have been talking about the hatred, the anti-Semitism, the incitement of hate, the calls for the destruction of Israel. And this is what you are seeing before your very eyes. It is very, very, very real what we are going through here. As Israel continues to strike targets in the Gaza Strip, last night we also had a flare-up on the border with Lebanon. We had terrorists from Palestinian Islamic Jihad infiltrate into Israel. They have been neutralized. Unfortunately, we lost a IDF high-ranking captain, a Druze Israeli. He was killed in battle. Israel struck targets there. We want to avoid opening up wars on multiple fronts as much as possible. A huge thank you to all the Israelis who are lining up to donate blood. Ichilov Hospital in Tel Aviv reporting that the line is 1.5 kilometers long, thousands of people turning up to donate blood. I just want to speak to you for a minute about the spirit of the people of Israel. We are devastated, but as our brave men and women of the mighty IDF go out to defend our country, so we are packing boxes of stuff for them. So we are visiting those wounded in hospitals. So we are lining the streets when the tanks roll by to give them a bottle of water, wave a flag, throw them a packet of bamba. The spirit of the people of Israel is undefeatable. We have no choice, as our president said, but to win this war because we have no other country. This is it. This is it. So from the bottom of my heart and from so many of us, to all of you, I want to thank you for your support. I'm going to end this broadcast now. Try and calm my nerves down. Please join me again tomorrow for another update. I'm Rolene Marks. This is the Israel Brief.